Good morning. It's great to see you all here on a very rainy September morning to talk about the state of our university. For me, probably for you also, it's really hard to believe that we are already 1 month into the new academic year. And it's even harder for me to realize that I am now 40 years into a wonderful career here at Temple University. Thank you. When I arrived here, it was in 1976. At the time, this city was celebrating its bicentennial. Across the country, people were looking at how this tiny, one-time tiny nation, an experiment in democracy, how it was faring and how it changed the world without sacrificing its fundamental values: liberty, equality, and opportunity. Now, when I look back on Temple University's history, it's interesting to see just how much our university, which really was an experiment in how an urban university could deliver an affordable, high-quality higher education to middle and working class families. So it's interesting to see just how great we have done with respect to our core mission, how we've grown stronger while still staying true to our founding principles of access, affordability, diversity, excellence, and financial responsibility. In all of America, there is no university quite like ours. No other university provides the quality of education that we do to our students. No other university has such a wonderful community and such an incredible city as we do. We can all take great pride in our dedication to our mission. Over the past 4 decades, I've had the great honor of serving in 16 different roles. So what is really, to me, absolutely terrific is I've had the opportunity to see the university from 16 different vantage points. I've seen its greatness. I've seen its people. I recognize so many faces people I've worked with over the years. I can categorically say there has never been a better time to be at Temple University than right now. I'd like to tell you why. First of all, let me start with the events of the past summer. The summer was dramatic for many of us, but I feel strongly that our great university has responded well to the challenges we've faced. I say that for 2 main reasons. First, we appointed as provost a great provost, Joanne Epps. She is a long-time Every applause for her is richly deserved, let me tell you. She's a longtime respected member of the Temple family and a valued friend. Now, the word family is sometimes used very casually, but in Joanne's case, it really is appropriate. Her mother worked here, and Joanne got her first job at Temple when she worked as a cashier in the bookstore at age 16. Since then, she's gone on to do really amazing things, like leading our law school into the top tiers of rankings nationally, creating a wonderful center for social justice. And she has earned and very well-deserved recognition here in Philadelphia, on the floor of the United States Senate in Washington, D.C., and around the country and around the world. Now Joanne is our provost. She's only been on the job a few months, and we have all already been touched deeply by her love for Temple, her deep respect for our mission, her compassion, and her focus on student welfare, faculty, and academic excellence. She has already shown herself to be a great provost. Joanne, please stand up and let us recognize you again. The second effort that we've undertaken is a revision of our Merit Scholarship Program. I know the news of our budget overrun in scholarships was a cause of concern for some. Let me tell you what steps we've taken to address the matter in a way that is both supportive of our students and sustainable for our finances. The scholarship program was intended to attract top students to Temple. Every student who met the criteria was automatically provided a scholarship. There was no cap on the number. This year, the number of new freshmen with high school GPAs over 3.6 increased by 17%. The number of freshmen with SAT scores over 1,300 jumped by a phenomenal 29%. The challenge was simply that many more students came than were actually expected, thereby exceeding the budgeted scholarship dollars by a large margin, a total of $22 million. This created a budget shortfall that needed to be addressed in a sustainable manner. We closed the deficit through reallocations and cuts, including cuts across administrative units. We have now placed limits on the Merit Scholarship Program, capping the number of scholarship guarantees we provide in the future. We were able to take these steps because the university's overall fiscal health is very strong. We did not raise tuition to cover the gap, nor did we withdraw a scholarship from any student who was promised one. Going forward, we have the challenge of continuing to attract outstanding students, maintaining our focus on our rich diversity, and working within reasonable budget limits. We will continue to implement our Fly-In 4 and our Temple Option initiatives. We will also review them to make sure that they continue to achieve their goals. At the same time, in the spring, we will review another initiative, our decentralized budgeting system, to see whether that system needs any readjustment. The test for all initiatives is always how well do they serve our historic core academic mission, including providing an excellent education for our undergraduates, for our graduate students, and for our first professional students. That's our priority, because at Temple, we're committed to our students. We're dedicated to giving them access to an affordable, high-quality degree. As much as our institution has changed over the years, our mission has stayed true. That's why outstanding students, outstanding teachers, outstanding researchers, and outstanding staff members choose to come to Temple University and choose to stay, like all of you. And it's why we've persevered through every challenge we faced and always will. As we say at this university, perseverance conquers. That's our motto. There is one word to describe what Temple continues to have: momentum. Let me tell you what I believe that means. Momentum is record-breaking admissions, like 34,512 new freshman admissions for this year, a phenomenal increase of 15% over last year. Momentum is rising rankings, like moving into the top 100 research universities and being ranked number 18 in the world in Google Scholar citations, an amazing accomplishment of our faculty. Momentum is brand new buildings, like the upcoming state-of-the-art library and the building that has tentatively been named the Student Health and Wellness Center. And momentum is the careful, thoughtful, attentive way that we are continuing to consider the feasibility and desirability of a stadium on campus, working closely with architects and community and political leaders. Momentum is healthcare and research that makes life better for the residents of North Philadelphia. Momentum is the burgeoning national and international prominence of our community of scholars. Most of all, momentum is people. Momentum is Douglas Weber in economics, who published an essay for the highly influential news site 538 about the surprising reason why college costs keep rising. Momentum is Kamel Khalili in neuroscience, who led the team that eliminated HIV from the genome of human T cells using a specialized gene editing system they designed. Momentum is Min-Suk Peng and Paul Pavlou in business, who investigated how technology affects police performance and practice. Momentum is Kathy Reeves and Ellen Unterwald in medicine, who testified before a bipartisan delegation of state legislators about the best ways to address opioid abuse and addiction. Momentum is Benjamin Siebold in mathematics, whose research on the cause of frustrating phantom traffic jams was recently on National Public Radio. Momentum is Kathy Hurst-Pasek in psychology, who continues her lifetime of excellent research with a new book, Becoming Brilliant: What Science Tells Us About Raising Successful Children. Momentum is Karen Turner, who has established the Legacy Award in her Department of Journalism as a means of encouraging meaningful discussions among students about diversity and today's society. Momentum is Jeremy Jordan and Daniel Funk in sport, tourism, and hospitality management, who analyzed all major NCAA infraction cases over a 61 period. Momentum is Brian Monroe in media and communication, who led students through the rapid-paced world of covering political conventions. These are the faces of Temple's momentum. But let me also be clear about what momentum is not. Momentum is not the work of just one person or one position. Temple's great momentum is the result of numerous, tireless people all across the Temple community. Momentum is really you. I candidly acknowledge that it's not the president who creates and sustains momentum. You do. And I mean that seriously. You do. You are the ones who make Temple great. You're the reason why the state of this university is excellent. I just can't fully express in words just how much I appreciate all you do. I see my job is to encourage, to support, to empower you to continue the momentum that only you can generate and really sustain over long periods of time. This morning, I'd like to talk a little more about the roles each of you plays in this effort, and I want to ask you to join me in recommitting to our one-of-a-kind mission. All of us need to annually recommit ourselves to our mission, our historic mission. A moment ago, I mentioned our rankings. I want to spend a few moments breaking down for you what our rise in rankings means and the role that you can play in keeping our rankings momentum alive. The good news is that our rankings continue to increase. Now, on face value, when you look at the US News and World Report's best colleges rankings that just occurred, it seems as if our rankings have plateaued. Last year, we were 115. This year, we were 118. But that's deceptive. The nuances here are very important, and the true picture continues to be very, very positive. For example, rankings are based on total score of achievement on certain variables. Our total combined score, upon which the rankings are based, actually went up from 40 last year to 44 this year. But the ranking system added some institutions this year that weren't included last year. Plus, there were multiple ties that skew the results. For example, there were 7 institutions tied for number 111. That means there's no 112, no 113, no 115 where we were. So we ended up 118. Had we had a total score of 45 rather than 44, we would have been number 111. So you can see how sensitive these rankings are to just little nuances. Had we had a total score of 48, we would have been in the top 100, well in the top 100. But we can't overly focus just on that. The really good news is not only did our scores go up, but we continued to have improvement in the factors in the rankings that really make a difference in the lives of our students. Graduation rates continue to go up, now 70%. Freshman retention rates continue to go up, now at 90% for 1 year retention of freshmen. And to me, the most important factor in U.S. News and World Report rankings is something called graduation rate performance. What they do, U.S. News, is they have a protocol for taking a look at your student body, its SAT scores, et cetera, and then it charts out and predicts an expected graduation rate. An expected graduation rate for each institution. So one of the things institutions should look at is what's our expected rate of graduation, and what's our real rate? Some institutions woefully underperform what their expected rate is. We do fabulously there. We continue to outperform our expected graduation rate. In fact, in the entire country, we are ranked number 20 in our ability to outperform our expected graduation rate. That is a tribute to the people in this room and all of our colleagues. We do so well working with our student body. It is also noteworthy that our U.S. News ranking has climbed 14 points over the past 5 years. So we've gone up in our rankings by 14 positions. First and foremost, our standing and momentum in the rankings are dependent upon the excellent teaching, the state-of-the-art research, and model service delivery by our outstanding faculty, physicians, students, and everyone who supports our core academic mission. We need you going forward to continue to excel in all these areas and to continue to attract outstanding students and outstanding faculty and outstanding staff who can add to our excellence. That is the best way to ensure our graduation rates and reputation and other key indicators. They will continue to soar if we do that. There's still other aspects of the ranking system that we do need to pay attention to. For example, one of the factors that the U.S. News ranking takes into account is what's called alumni participation rate. They take a look at all undergraduate students. Once they graduate, they become alums of undergraduate programs. Do they give to the university? The gift can be anything. It can be of any amount, no matter how small or how large. We need to take a look at our rate our rate of alumni giving. Currently, we rank number 202 in the country. In undergraduate alumni giving, we have about a 5.5%, rounded to 6%, alumni participation rate. We can do better. Our goal is to move that to 10%, which I think is really an achievable goal. We need your help to encourage alumni. You know alumni. Some of you are alumni. You have friends and family members who are alumni. Encourage alumni to get engaged with Temple University. Encourage alumni to give at some level, no matter how small or how large. We have 319,000 alumni around the world. Think of the power of engaging and energizing 10% of that group. That would be extraordinary. And most importantly, their gifts to Temple would continue to be transformational as other gifts are, to support our students, to support our teaching, to support our scholarship, to support our service. We need the help of our alumni, and we need your help in reaching out to our alums. Rankings like those of the U.S. News provide recognition for the great work we do. Temple will never change its mission to simply improve our place in the rankings, but we will continue to focus on retention rates, graduation rates, research that changes people's lives, and alumni engagement. If we do that, the rankings will take care of themselves. Let me now turn to our tremendous faculty. You are our most precious resource. Your teaching and research and service are the backbone of this university. Every day, faculty like you challenge and inspire our students. Just think of all the lives you've changed. The student you encouraged to try a new career path. The alumna you helped get into a top grad program. The struggling young person you counseled and guided. These interactions make a difference in people's lives. When we hire new faculty, we make sure that they too are committed to our mission. This year, I'm proud to say Temple hired 176 new full-time faculty to join our university. People like Jamie Payton and Richard Souvenir, a married couple, both in the Department of Computer and Information Sciences. Payton focuses on the design of pervasive and wearable computing systems. Souvenir works on computer vision, machine learning, and biomedical image and human motion. All of our new hires come from some of the very best schools around the world, and they take their place among our already outstanding faculty. Our outstanding faculty include faculty members like the ones I already named earlier who contribute to the great momentum of our university. Our outstanding faculty also includes excellent teachers who also contribute to that momentum. Each year, Temple recognizes standout faculty members with the Great Teacher Award. Last year's winners were Rebecca Alpert from the College of Liberal Arts and Elizabeth Bowman from the Tyler School of Art. They are a model for us all. Betsy could not be here today, but Rebecca, you're here. Would you please stand and be recognized? Now, it's hard for me to see out there, but are there any other Great Teacher Award or Lindback Award or other teaching award winners here today? If so, would you please stand? Give us a chance to recognize you. All of you are the best. I also want to recognize and acknowledge Steve Hauser from our School of Medicine, who was recently inducted into the Alumni Gallery of Success in recognition of his superlative career achievements. Steve is one of our superb faculty members. He also is an alumnus of Temple. That makes him a Temple owl twice over. I don't think Steve could be here today. Are you here, Steve? No, he told me yesterday or day before yesterday he couldn't be here. But everyone, send him congratulations. That's a real achievement. Our new provost and I are eager to work with all of our Temple's amazing faculty. Let me tell you, we have the utmost respect for your energy, your dedication, and your enormous talent. We also appreciate your wise counsel. Both our provost and I have pledged to collaborate with you and to listen to your innovative ideas and your thoughtful concerns. To that end, I personally, and I know she would, be willing to visit with any collegial assembly that invites me to attend one of its meetings, and I'd be happy to have a very nice dialogue, the kind of dialogue you can't have with a large group such as this, but you can have in a collegial assembly. I have already had the opportunity to meet with our faculty in a full Faculty Senate meeting, and also with the Faculty Senate Steering Committee earlier this semester. I very much appreciate the energy, insights, and dedication of our faculty and its leadership. I'm also really delighted to be working with the leader of the Faculty Senate, Michael Sachs. Michael is dedicated to ensuring that our faculty's voices are heard and their needs are known. He made an appearance at a Board of Trustees meeting earlier this year and just did a superb job explaining to our trustees the importance of a faculty role in shared governance. Michael can't be here, but I think he's at a conference, but I do want to thank him publicly for his incredible service and membership, and I really think that he deserves a great round of applause. Terrific leader. Now maybe there are some members of the Faculty Senate Steering Committee or members of the officers of collegial assemblies who are here, presidents, secretaries, et cetera. If you're present, could you stand? I just want to recognize other faculty leaders. Anyone from any of the leadership roles? They're all teaching right now, which is where they should be, as I should be doing teaching right now rather than being here. But we do our roles, and we have to. We need strong faculty governance, and that requires dedication, time, and really commitment to making certain that our faculty voices are heard and respected. In addition to our dedicated faculty, we also have a dedicated staff. Staff members who are really wonderful partners in everything we collectively accomplish. Excellence in higher education is always a team sport, and our administrative staff members are critical elements of the team. They include admissions counselors who keep Temple accessible, academic advisors who keep our students on track, coaches who guide our student athletes, the medical professionals who heal our community's residents, the facilities teams who maintain our grounds and buildings, all the people across the university who promote Temple's excellence, police officers who keep us safe, administrators at all levels of the institution, and many, many, many others. An organization is only as good as its people. We have thousands of great people, many of whom I know personally. People like Captain Jeff Chapman of Campus Safety, Rodney Timmons in Facilities, Kathleen Richards in Student Financial Aid, Martin Miller, international programs. Ruth Ost in our honors program. Coach Bonnie Rosen for women's lacrosse. I could go on and on and on, including naming everybody in this room. Let me just say that our administrative staff people are the best. Temple is great because of the people who choose to work here. As president, I want to thank all of you for your tremendous service. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to extend the university's great appreciation for your hard work and dedication. We value all of you. Each of you has a key role in helping to make Temple great and to keep Temple great. Before I move on, I do want to introduce to you three outstanding new Temple leaders. First is our new Chief Information Officer and Vice President for Computer Services. She comes to us after 14 years of leadership at the University of Michigan. As CIO, she oversees key IT units, and she ensures the delivery of phenomenal services across the university. Please join me in welcoming Cindy Levitt. The next person is not a newcomer. He's a veteran of Temple University. He's been here since 1991. He is an internationally acclaimed scholar, and he has a record of stellar service in administrative roles. And as the new dean of the College of Liberal Arts, he'll lead that college into the future. I'll ask him to stand. Please join me in congratulating Dean Richard Deed. I also want to recognize a third leader who has stepped into some very big shoes in the Beasley School of Law. Gregory Mandel has been a highly regarded scholar, teacher, and key member of the leadership team at the Temple Law School. He has strong relationships throughout the school, throughout the university, and throughout the broader legal community. We are delighted to have him at the helm as we search for a permanent dean. Greg, would you please stand? These terrific administrative leaders will help drive Temple's momentum forward. Our momentum will also be driven by our alumni. Simply put, as I said before, Temple graduates are an unstoppable force, 319,000 strong. They live in 50 states and in 147 countries around the world. We sometimes forget how many people work here who also have a Temple degree. I would like to invite anyone in the audience who has a Temple degree or who is currently working on a Temple degree to stand and be recognized, because your pride in Temple is obvious. Please stand. Wow, that's very impressive. I mean, that shows we believe in our mission. We have outstanding alums. Just last week, as part of homecoming, we inducted a new class as part of what we call our Gallery of Success. Take a few minutes sometime, go downstairs into the hallway, and view the pictures and profiles of the inductees. They make us all so proud. We value our great alumni. They are some of our greatest ambassadors, invaluable members of the Temple family. Our surveys show that our alumni increasingly value the education they received here. More and more, our alumni tell us they cannot imagine what the world would be like and what they would be like without Temple. Their growing regard for our university means they want to give back. Last year, more than 20,000 alumni donated to Temple. That donations from not just undergraduates, but graduates and professional schools also. So for all Temple alumni, not just undergraduates, for all Temple alumni, our alumni participation rate is roughly 7%. This number is an increase over the previous year's number, but I still am confident that we can take that number up to 10% of all our alumni. Again, that would be just a terrific achievement, and it's one that we all need to work on collectively. We need your help. As I said, reach out to alums and try to get them, if they aren't already, re-engaged in their university. In terms of fundraising, we had our second largest fundraising year ever. More than $79 million, very impressive, from 41,000 donors. Donors being both alumni and people who never attended Temple, but who believe in our mission. Temple donors made possible the Steve Charles Chair in Media, Cities, and Solutions in our School of Media and Communication. They made possible the James B. Steele Chair in Journalism Innovation. They made possible Hullworth Field at the new Temple University Sport Complex. But beneath the headlines are a few other numbers that I think tell a positive story. Our gifts of $1 million or more increased dramatically. At the other end of the spectrum, student philanthropy skyrocketed, with the senior class gift participation rate more than quadrupling. As I said earlier, I believe this is just a beginning. We can work together to grow alumni engagement and giving. And as I said, again, please help us in this effort. I do want to thank the dedicated work of our fundraising and alumni relations staff. It's clear that we are carefully laying the foundation of strong support for years to come. I don't need to tell you how critical that kind of work is in the current environment of higher education, the new normal. Funding from the Commonwealth has declined, as it has in just about every state over the years. We need alumni and friends to step up and show their support and to try to fill up that gap. Of course, much of our fundraising is driven by our Board of Trustees, and they have played a significant role in our momentum. 14 of our trustees have given over their lifetimes more than $1 million, and some significantly more. That is a real demonstration of their commitment to Temple. They are models for all of us and for our supporters. I want to acknowledge our deep gratitude to our dedicated board in this regard. I mentioned that we just completed our second best fundraising year ever. That's because the year previously was the biggest fundraising year ever, and primarily because of the philanthropy of our late great trustee, Lewis Katz. He gave Temple, the year before last, its largest gift ever of $25 million. Actually, his son honored a gift that he had started before his unfortunate death. Our great School of Medicine, because of that $25 million gift, now proudly bears his name. And just 2 days ago, we had a great investiture ceremony for the investiture of Dr. Larry Kaiser as the Lewis Katz Dean. This is the first time that we have a named dean position, and so we are so grateful to the Katz family. This year, Trustee Len Barrick and his wonderful wife, Lynn, donated $5 million to the university. In recognition of their support, the Barrick Scholars in Law program at the Beasley School of Law is currently being developed. It is noteworthy that our trustees are unpaid public servants who devote enormous amounts of their time, their wisdom, their personal finances, and their unwavering support to our great university. Our trustees are led by Chairman Patrick O'Connor, whose commitment to this university is visible every day through his hard work, through his great philanthropy, and through his many, many hours of dedicated service to Temple. I also want to mention that we have some new appointments to the board. Recently, Michael Reed was elected as a trustee. He's a 1969 graduate of our College of Liberal Arts, and he was the first person of color to lead the Pennsylvania Bar Association. And last year, the board added Mitten Hall, the outstanding MSNBC broadcaster, and she also is a graduate of Temple, of our School of Media and Communication. These great new trustees bring a fresh perspective and insight to our Board of Trustees. I'm really grateful to all of our board members, and I very much enjoy working closely with them. They are terrific. Trustees help to move us forward in our partnerships with leaders across the community. Right now, Temple is continuing to forge strong relationships with officials locally in Washington, D.C., and very importantly, in Harrisburg. If you were at Temple last fall, you'll recall that it was really a very long journey before we received our appropriation. The Commonwealth did not pass a statewide budget until March last year, meaning that our funding was delayed for 9 months. This year, I'm glad to say the state approved its budget in July. I'm pleased to say that we received a 2.5% increase in our appropriation this past year, and that is terrific, and we are all most grateful for the Commonwealth's funding. The state and Temple have a solid and a long-standing partnership which will continue for many, many years. But we still have work to do to build Commonwealth support. There's no question that the Commonwealth's return on investment is worth it. Think about it. From a Commonwealth's perspective, here's Temple. It has enrolled new freshmen and transfers from 59 of Pennsylvania's 67 counties this year. We continue to benefit the Commonwealth through our research, through our health care, and through our public service. We generate $6.2 billion each year for the state economy, $4 billion for the city economy. Our Temple health system provides over $50 million in unreimbursed and under-reimbursed care for the people of the Philadelphia, North Philadelphia community. So as we go forward, we recognize that the funding of our health system will continue to be a matter of very important focus for us because our health system does such great work. Temple also offers hundreds of programs to our local neighborhoods, our local communities. There is no doubt about it, we are Philadelphia's public university. We continue to evolve, and we will continue to work closely with our neighbors in the surrounding area. We remain a resource to the Commonwealth, to the city. We are doing our part to make the lives of local residents and state residents healthier, happier, and more rewarding. Our momentum is also driven by our wonderful, terrific students. Let me give you a vivid example. Treehouse Books is one clear illustration of how Temple has had a positive impact on the city. It's located nearby on Susquehanna Avenue. It has a Temple alumna as its program director, and several Temple students volunteer there. A little more than a decade ago, one young girl who grew up just a few blocks from Diamond Street spotted Treehouse on the way to Rite Aid with her mom. She begged her mom to let her go there while her mom went ahead shopping. Soon enough, this young girl was in Treehouse every weeknight while her mom was at work. She calls herself a bookworm. She loves drama and science fiction. She couldn't find reading materials anywhere else in her neighborhood other than at Treehouse. Eventually, she wanted to come to Temple University, the school that had helped make Treehouse possible. Today, that young woman, Kiana Bland, is a senior in our College of Liberal Arts. She's now applying to return to Temple University as a graduate student next year. I'm proud to say that Kiana is here with us today. Kiana, stand up and be recognized, please. Good luck in your graduate program. Speaking of students, I want to take a moment and recognize the hardworking students who represent their peers as part of Temple student government. Aaron Cohen is the TSG, Temple Student Government, president, and besides working hard for his fellow students, he is also committed to his classwork. I know this because he has a test right now, so he can't be here. But even though Aaron can't be here, I do have a message for him. Aaron, I know what it's like to represent a broad group of people, and I want you to know how impressed I have been with your thoughtfulness and energy in these first few months of the year. If you haven't met Aaron, take a moment and try to find him out and talk with him. He is outstanding, just one of our great outstanding students. Two of our Temple Student Government Vice Presidents are able to be here with us today, Kelly Dawson and Jai Singletary. Could you stand and be recognized, and thank you for all the work that you do representing Temple Student Government. I wish you the best, and I look forward to working with you, and I know our provost looks forward to working with you in the year ahead. Our students are the greatest, and so are our student leaders. I came to Temple 40 years ago to work with amazing students like Kiana and Aaron and Kelly and Jai. Students like them are why I am asking all of you to stay dedicated to our university. This year we had a record-breaking class of 5,100 new freshmen, setting not only a new record for the number of freshmen, but also setting high marks for high school GPA and average SAT scores. Their arrival is proof of Temple's momentum, but it's also a call for us, for all of us, to continue our efforts in support of these wonderful, wonderful students and our wonderful mission. Temple's mission is one of a kind. Our success in delivering that mission is because of the people who work, study, and live here. It's because of all of you. Temple Owls have an uncommon drive. Temple people don't just try to find their place in the world, they make the world a better place. It is impossible to imagine a world without our university. That's why we have created the World Without Temple campaign to showcase the contributions we have made, whether it's fighting to eliminate AIDS, giving voice to the Philadelphia Phillies, or striving to end gun violence. The world without Temple is unimaginable. You can learn more about this campaign at impact.temple.edu website, but for now, here's a brief video that will show you exactly what I mean, and that will show you more faces of Temple.
I grew up in a small tropical island. It's surrounded by the ocean. Without me really knowing, that was a big part of what would become my life. United by Blue is a Philadelphia-based brand of outdoor lifestyle apparel and accessories. For every product that we sell, we remove 1 pound of trash from oceans and waterways through company-organized and hosted cleanups.
The importance of the arts is like the importance of drinking water. It's what makes us live. Whenever somebody says, "What's your favorite film you ever worked on?" I will always say the same answer, and that is the movie Philadelphia. How do you top it when they name the movie after your city? The other thing that makes it so special is that I feel like we really changed the world with that movie.
You don't go into science expecting to receive awards, and when you do, it's sort of confounding. This young man walks up to me and he said in a very, broken voice, "You saved the life of someone that I love very much, and I never want to forget who you are." And that changed my life right there. For the first time, I realized that the work we do is so important to so many different people.
Too often, young people feel like they can't change the world, they can't change their community. I just want to do what people did for me, which is to provide me a seat at the table to actually improve my own conditions, to be my own hero.
Everybody knows at least one woman that's been attacked, and we want to change that. We're developing smart safety jewelry that helps protect women. It's actually something tangible and something that I can hold and feel, and that's taking my interest in inventing and creating new products and businesses to a whole new level. I would not have made the connections that I've made. I would not have had the experiences that I've made. I would say without Temple, I probably would not have the career that I have now.
Temple was where I learned to think for myself, where I became fearless.
Without Temple, I also wouldn't have a network of people that have really helped United by Blue grow and flourish along the way.
All of the young people, all of the initiatives that I was able to be a part of, the values that Temple gave me, I wouldn't have learned anywhere else.
Without Temple, I wouldn't be in a position now where I can help students with their careers and help people that are ill. And I think I'm in a good position to do that right now.
The video makes clear just how special Temple University is and the impact that we are having all around the world. Let me just end with a personal anecdote. More than 30 years ago, I was in a cabinet meeting led by then President Peter Leocoris. He brought into the cabinet a professor with a bunch of students from Tyler School of Art. They had designed a number of different really nifty logos, and we were asked to comment on them. The students were really creative, and they presented a number of different types of designs. Finally, after much discussion, one logo was considered to be the best. That final design was the Temple T, which quickly became what is now universally recognized as an iconic symbol of Temple University. Every time I see it now, I swell with pride. When I see it, I see greatness, I see excellence, I see creativity, I see innovation. I know that it was designed by Temple students under the guidance of a Temple professor in a Temple academic classroom in Temple's nationally acclaimed School of Art. That makes it all the more special to me. I see Temple people in the Temple Tea. You and all of our wonderful colleagues are the ones who create and continue Temple's momentum. It's the Temple people who make Temple great. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being you. Please continue to be you, continue to do what you're doing. Temple is great, and Temple is great because Temple University's people are great. Thank you for everything.